All right, Jesse on fire. Let's go. Sunday live stream. I'm going to do some speaking during this stream for Conor McGregor and for Michael Chandler and his situation with Conor McGregor. Not like on behalf of Michael, not things he said to me and then I'm bringing him here. But I'm going to say things that after watching videos of Michael Chandler and things that he said to about this situation, I'm going to speak on his behalf because I know exactly what he's dealing with. I literally know exactly what he's dealing with, and I understand exactly why he's as mad as he is, and he has every reason to be furious. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up? And then I'm going to talk about Conor McGregor's, man, it's not, you can't get mad at a person living the life that they want to live until it starts affecting other people that you've made commitments to. I mean, that's essentially where we're going here, right? That's essentially That's where we're going, dude. Like that is where we're going. It's not just about that he wanted. What's up, Craig? Clean. Craig is clean. What's up, Craig is clean. It's not just about that he wants the red panty night. It's actually much worse than that, to be perfectly honest with you. Like it's actually it's much worse, dude. You're LDS and you're on your phone at church. I know that's not allowed, dude. I know that's not allowed. I lived in Utah for a year. But yeah, dude. So I was just looking at a bunch of stuff about what Conor's been doing, and then I watched a bunch of stuff that Chandler's been doing, and I just kind of went, all right, well, so what is this situation? So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about I saw a video of Mark Zuckerberg training with Lex Friedman, and I'm definitely going to show you guys a video of that. I'm going to show you a video of Zuckerberg training with Lex Friedman because, with all due respect, I was drastically overestimating Zuckerberg's grappling advantage. Now that I've seen it, anyway, we'll talk about it. Zuckerberg, I mean, listen, dude, Zuckerberg will be good in a few years. Like if he's not a quitter, he's going to keep training. But yeah, and I'll talk about the nature of jiu-jitsu tournaments, right? Like, so someone goes like, "Oh, dude, he won a jiu-jitsu tournament." It's like I'll explain exactly what that actually means in many cases. From personal experience, I won a jiu-jitsu tournament without fighting a single person. How about that, dude? I won one without even having to fight anybody because both of my opponents no-showed in Waco. So, anyway, but yeah, so we'll talk about that. And then also, obviously, we'll talk about the fights yesterday. And we will rock and roll, dude. We'll rock and roll. All right, 300 people on. That's good enough. Let's start talking about this. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Oh, I forgot to do something really quick. Let me do this really quick. I was going to say, dude, I keep on getting messages from people like every single day. I get messages from people who tried the new nootropic and they're like, dude, I cannot believe how good this is. I just put it in the description. If you refresh the page, it'll be in the description if you guys want to try it. But anyway, so yeah, subscribe if you haven't. We'll rock and roll. All right, so here's the deal. All right, so when you think about a situation, so obviously I watched the video of, I've seen Chandler talking about this now. I saw the video where he got, USADA came to his house and was testing him on the exact day that Conor was supposed to either enroll in USADA or they were going to miss the date for December, right? So there was that day where it's like, look, if Conor is if he's going to fight in 2023, he has to be in the USADA testing pool by whatever date that was. I can't remember, like last week sometime. And on that day, he had not, I already shouted out LDS, brother. Latter-day Saints, son. That's Mormons for that ass. Anyway, so, but yeah, like, so Conor was supposed to get enrolled if he was going to make it, and they were going to fight on that day, which I believe was December 14th. So, very poorly kept secret is that they were targeting one of the last two shows of 2023. Chandler knew that. Conor knew that. UFC knew that. Lots of people knew that like that's their target goal, was to fight either that November card or that December card. Okay. Not a big secret. I think all of you guys probably knew that also. So in the event that he was going to have to stay testing for 6 months, he had to be in the pool by XYZ. So he wasn't enrolled. Now, I almost did a video to tell everybody that whole thing was not true. It's like, oh, he's got to be in by this date. It's like, no, he doesn't. He 100% does not have to be in that by that date, because he tipped his hand what he's actually doing when he did Ariel's show, right? He's on Ariel's show. Ariel asks him, hey, what's the situation with USADA? And Conor kind of looks off camera and he says, nah, I don't need to be in for 6 months. I need to enroll. I need 2 clean tests, which I'm fine with personally. I don't care. I don't care. This is their rule. This is all their rules, man. And bottom line, dude, you're not going to get a big strength and speed advantage against Chandler anyway. But bottom line, if the UFC says, if you do 2 clean tests, we can give you the exemption and you're good to go, And this is the other thing that I think people discount about that particular thing. So let me just finish the thought that he can get an exemption and fight. The UFC for sure will give it to him. So the 6-month thing is not real, but they're not going to say that to Chandler, right? They're not going to say that to his opponent. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, man, he doesn't really have to test for 6 months. They're going to give him the exemption. They're going to come to Chandler. Chandler's of course going to say, okay, but they're not going to, this is a tight knit group that knows they're going to give him the exemption most likely. So the 6-month thing is not real. The only thing I want to say about that, about giving the exemption, is the following. I would ask you guys, how many of you guys have experience with going on and off of testosterone-based products, whether it's just a straight-up cycle of juice or you were on TRT and then you got off? Because the reality is this, man. If you go on and you're on for a consistent amount of time and then you go off, right? If you're in a shorter window, like a close window to when you got off, you might be retaining, a decent amount of your, not even that much, but it comes off very quickly. It depends on what you were on, obviously. The slower it goes on, the slower it comes off. So without getting into the weeds, if you were taking equipoise or something like that, it takes longer for the muscle to come on, but it's also denser muscle. And then when you go off, it takes longer for it to come off. It stays in your system longer, etc. If you take something like Dianabol, you gain 30 pounds in 3 weeks, but then as soon as you come off, it just comes right back off. So regardless, if he was on for a significant amount of time and then he comes off and he's only been off for a short period of time, that means his testosterone has spiked in the opposite direction. So here's your normal. You bring it up here, right? And then you go off, it spikes down to here. Okay. Now, that might not seem like a big deal if you've never gone through it, right? But I can promise you that spike has way bigger impact than the positive that the muscle that you're retaining may have. Because psychologically, it's a fucking nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. You feel like dog shit. You're depressed. You're lethargic. You don't want to move, and then, your body kind of resets and then it comes back up. But if you're in that kind of tight, short window of being off, that's not an advantage. Anyway, so it's neither here nor there. So he's most likely going to get an exemption if he does want to fight. The reason why Chandler has every reason to be super mad right now is not just about Red Panty Night. It's not about that. It's that Conor made a commitment to do Ultimate Fighter and then fight him. right? Like Conor made that commit. Conor, as soon as Conor made Ultimate Fighter, he said he was going to fight Chandler. He has committed to fighting Chandler, right? Chandler is not 24 years old. He's 36, okay? He's 36 years old. Last time he was on my channel and we talked about it, he actually said it. I don't know how many of you guys watch it, but he said that. He's like, can you believe that? He's like, I turned 36. I can't remember, in 2 weeks. And like every other fighter, I've talked to this a million times on the channel. When you get into once you get past about 32, people start looking at the clock, dude. They start looking at the clock. They're like, how much longer do I have to do this? And every year it gets closer to the end and they know it, right? Like people do not visualize themselves fighting at 41 years old, at 40 years old. Most people think they'll be done by 37, 38, when they're younger. So someone who's 36, okay, he did all the things that he needed to do to get in a position where he would fight Conor McGregor and get the biggest fight of his career, most money, most exposure. And the big thing is that after the Conor fight is when you really benefit too, right? If you beat Conor, that's when you really benefit. So the point is the timeline matters. The timeline matters a lot, And so having him in this situation where he is supposed to be training, staying in good shape, he's not in a camp yet. Once they have a signed bout agreement, he knows when the fight's going to be, then he gets into camp. He's not in camp, but putting him in a situation where he's in limbo when he's 36 years old, 36 and a half, and he has no idea whether or not you're going to fight. He has no idea whether or not you're, not only if you're going to fight, or not only when you're going to fight, but if you're going to fight at all. Okay. Like if Conor wants to party and do whatever he wants, he has all the money in the world. He can do that. Of course he can do that. He can do whatever he wants to. He can literally do whatever he wants. But like the picture that I put on the thumbnail of him and D, what I looked up, because obviously the number one adversary of Chandler getting this fight is Conor partying. That's it, dude. Like, and I actually, let me think about whether or not I want to say this. So when I did my video before about like responding to True Gordy's thing, where True Gordy was like, oh, Conor, he's a shell of himself. He's not the same person. He'll never be the same ever again. And I was like, that's ridiculous. All Conor has to do is just decide to stop partying and he can, first of all, that's true. If he just decides to stop partying, he can. He just stop partying. He'll be cool in a couple weeks. It's not like he's like a fentanyl addict that has to go through hair-raising withdrawal. He just needs to stop partying. He'll be sick, not even sick. He'll be exhausted for a couple days. He'll he'll be fine. He'll be completely fine. And that's without even knowing how much he's partying. Now, I will admit, I personally have never been addicted to blow or anything like that. I don't really understand what that's like. And I don't know. I'm not even saying that Conor is addicted to that. So I don't really know what that entails. Like someone who actually gets hooked on blow. I have absolutely no idea what that looks like. I have no idea if that is the situation Conor's in. I could tell you unequivocally that after watching more of the footage, and I'm talking the footage from the night, this pretend sexual assault thing. I watched more of that footage after I had done the last video that I did on it. And I completely missed this the first time that I was watching it. Dude, Conor, when she's hanging out with him afterwards, someone sent me a video that was like an extended version. And they sent it to me kind of like, hey, look at it. The purpose of sending it to me was look at how big this girl actually is. I showed part of that video when I did my live stream because the whole point being like, do you guys really believe that Conor would assault this girl? So I watched it again after I did the stream. And I was just looking at her. That's all I was looking at in that video. I was just looking at her, right? I watched it again, and in the background, this is exactly what Conor's doing, dude. Conor's like, okay. So there, like, my point is, there's no question. There's absolutely no question that he was doing yayo that night. None. Not after that. Like in and out of the bathroom, and then when I saw that video where he's like, oh man. Which is fine. He can do whatever he wants, dude. If he wants to do blow. I don't care. And then, so the picture that I put on this thumbnail, I just searched Conor McGregor party, and Jesus, man. It is an endless number of pictures, dude. And this picture right here, it's like me and D in Ibiza. And I looked at D's face. Like, bro, here, let me actually, I'll share it. I'll share it with you guys just so we can kind of, maybe we could zoom in a little bit because here, hang on. All right, let me share this with you guys. Dupe. Okay, so can I do this? It's not letting me zoom in. Okay, so my point though is these eyes right here on D and on Conor, that ain't blow, dude. That ain't blow. That is an amalgam of MDMA. I would literally let you decapitate me if I'm wrong on that. Which is fine also. If you're in Ibiza, you're Conor McGregor, you want to do Molly, you want to do MDMA, you do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But the point is, do whatever you want as long as it's only affecting you and your family. In this situation, what he's doing is he's partying his balls off. He's not committing to anything, and he's fucking Chandler's career. Literally. Like he's fucking his career. Chandler doesn't have that long to do this, dude. He can't sit and because think about this, dude. Chandler cannot take another fight. He can't. Chandler cannot take another fight. He can't risk losing, or he can't risk, coming out winning whatever. And then Conor's like, oh, I want to fight next month or whatever. It's like, he can't do anything. He is in total limbo. There's nothing he can do until Conor makes a decision on whether or not he's going to fight. And so Chandler being super pissed, he has every reason to be furious about this situation, and he's like, this is not true. That's not true at all. McGregor absolutely owes Chandler shit because he committed to the fight. Bottom line, this is not like any other situation. He did Ultimate Fighter, dude. He did Ultimate Fighter, agreed to the fight, put Chandler in a position where he can't do anything. And then now is like, I don't know. He originally said he wanted to fight in June. I'm pretty sure that if you look at the interview with Ariel, I'm pretty sure that he said he wanted. Maybe it was August, September. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was like the middle of the year for sure. Because that was the entire reason. That was the whole reason they were talking about whether or not he had to be in the USADA testing pool for 6 months. That's the whole reason they were talking about it. Straight Shooter, thank you for the super chat. Mighty Mouse is the man. Rod Tang is the monster. Musimi is the mad scientist. What a great card. Wish they could replicate that more often. Stamp okay too. Yeah, dude. I agree with all of that. That card was awesome. If you guys don't know, we're talking about 1FC. Mighty Mouse is obviously Demetrius. Rod Tang is the most exciting Muay Thai fighter ever. And Musimi is a jiu-jitsu wizard that is absolutely unbelievable. And I agree with all of that. So yeah, I mean, getting back to he doesn't owe Chandler shit. That's completely not accurate. If this is something they had been like, if it's something like, on Twitter, they're like, hey, man, I'm going to fight you next. And Chandler's like, all right, man, I'll fight you next. Yeah. No one owes anything. No one owes anything to anyone. But they negotiated to do Ultimate Fighter and then fight each other. Now, if you're just two random fighters, right? Like if you're just two random, no one's going to do Ultimate Fighter that's not one of the, higher level guys. But even if you're Kelvin Gastelum and you do Ultimate Fighter, and you start dicking around, and Robert Whittaker's like, oh, man, I was supposed to fight Gastelum. They're like, just give me another fight. That is what it is. Conor understands this game as well as anyone. So he knows if he just sits for 1 second and thinks about it, that Chandler can't take another fight, that he's 36 years old, and that Conor is literally handcuffing him in a way that is fucking wrong. It's fucking wrong, dude. You got to either get in or get out, dude. Like the way Dana says, if Conor wants to come back, he can. Yeah, that's true, dude. Except in this situation where you already committed to fight him. So you either got to do it or don't, dude. Do it or don't. I got warned by YouTube to stop saying offensive things in comments again. Last time they stopped me being able to comment for a day. I mean, I have no ability to comment. I don't know what you're commenting, you know. MDMA Molly has and always will be cut with maybe sometimes. So when it comes to USADA, right? When it comes to like the USADA testing, I could tell you for sure you're not allowed to have yayo in your system, not allowed to have Molly in your system. You're not allowed to have, like, you're not allowed to do those things. So it's like going back to what I was just saying earlier about what I said in response to the True Gordy thing, that Conor could, if he wants to quit partying and be his old self, he absolutely can. All he has to do is just decide to do that. But just taking like Conor is a person who is good at putting himself in other people's positions. Now, maybe when it comes to other fighters, he just sees them as adversaries. He doesn't really give a fuck. So he's like, fuck him. I don't care about his career. And maybe that's what he needs to do in order to be like, you know, kind of sharp in the fight game. But he's never been a guy who like lacks respect for his opponents. And that's the only thing that I can see here where it's like, dude, how could you justify leaving Chandler in the lurch like this, not committing to anything? And we know what you're doing. It's not like you're like, it's not like he's like hiding in a closet. We know exactly what you're doing. You're world traveling, partying your balls off. You know, it's not like he's hiding the 8 ball. We know exactly what he's doing. And to me, it's wrong. Like, it's super fucked up. Everybody knows that a fighter's career is going to be short. They all know that at 41, when most people who have a regular gig that they have committed their life to, 41, that's when they really hit their stride and they start making real money. It's like they grind it all the way through, you know, through their 20s, they had a shitty role wherever they were. Their 30s, they started doing better. And if they're good at their job, they hit 40s. 40s is when you start having real money to throw around. And it's the exact opposite for fighters. They hit their 40s and they have to start from scratch. They have no fucking idea what they're going to do. They're either made a bunch of money like Stipe or John Jones or Conor or Masvidal or these guys. They've made enough money that they don't have to worry about it, or they have to reinvent themselves. Chandler, I am sure, has money stashed. I know he invests in rental properties. I have no doubt that he'll be fine. But you're handcuffing him at a time where it's like, you can't justify it, dude. You got to commit to the fucking fight, or you got to tell him you're not going to fight. One or the other. It has to be done, dude. It's fucking wrong. It's wrong, dude. And I know everybody normally just kind of watches Conor and they think about, you know, well, what's he going to do? We like speculating. And yes, I would love to, dude, you know, who's the number one person you would love to see fight this year? It'd be fucking Conor, of course. I love watching Conor fight. I love that he's living his best life, everything about it. But this shit is fucking wrong. I would know that. Even if I was dick deep in Molly and blow, I would know. I would be like, all right, dude, like, I guess I need to make a decision on whether or not I'm going to fight, because otherwise I'm handcuffing this fucking guy. Anyway, so let's move on to do you guys want to talk about the fights yesterday, or see the footage of Zuckerberg and Lex Friedman training jiu-jitsu, which changes the landscape a lot when it comes to fighting Elon? Which would you guys prefer? Vote in the chat. Jesse, I'm a black man in Dallas. What's up, dog? All right. We got one for Zuck and Elon. We're going to watch new footage of, all right, fights. Yeah. All right, dude, it's about to be fights. Zucker. Oh, fuck, man. Now we're 2-2. We're 2-2. All right. Dude, we're 3-3. We're split right down the middle. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do Zuckerberg just because this is fast. All right, I'm just going to show you guys a really quick bit of footage of Zuckerberg training with Lex Friedman. And the reason why I want to show this is because people are now thinking like, oh, Zuckerberg is Zuckerberg's a jiu-jitsu champion. And it's like, and then now when you see two people who are new up against each other, it's like, I don't know, like I'm not good enough yet to really like see the intricacies between two early guys against each other. But I am good enough to be able to watch someone who's high level against someone who is not, and then be able to figure out how good the low level person is. And like Zuckerberg is a fucking beginner, like straight up. He's a beginner. So the only reason I bring that up, what I commented on this video is I was just like, I think that this is cool that you have this footage, because in 4 years you'll get to watch it again and you'll get to see how good Zuckerberg is. And you'll be like, fuck, man, I should have been training this whole time too. Here, let me go. But like, so any of you guys who grapple, just like watch this. Like he's grapple too. Lex is a black belt, obviously. I don't know if you guys know that, but he's doing the like black belt with new guy thing, and he's just being basically like a submission dummy to see where Zuckerberg is at. And he's wearing, look at that, dude. He's wearing gold jiu-jitsu shorts. That's my jiu-jitsu sponsor. Zuckerberg is. Dude, I have those in like 3 colors. Hang on. Let me show you guys the link to those. That brand is the bomb, dude. That is my JIT sponsor. Hang on. Let me find it, and then I'll put it. Here you go. Their stuff is so awesome, dude. I just noticed that right now. Live. I'm going to put it in the description. If you guys refresh, you can check it out. They have the best. They literally have the best gear. What the hell? What just happened? They have the best gear in the world, dude. They really do. They sponsor the channel because I reached out to them. I was like, dudes, they're the only ones that I really like went heavy after because I wanted their stuff, and now I have everything of theirs. Boop. All right, now it's in the description if you guys want to check it out. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I watched that and I was like, okay, so maybe because I had gone pretty heavy that Zuck will have a big advantage grappling. Maybe, I'm pretty sure he's a tough fucker though, dude. He didn't tap out to that guillotine in the tournament. Both times. Apparently he got like he didn't tap to the one that he won, and then in the other one where they stopped it, they thought he was unconscious because he was going but that is a noise that you make if you're being choked when you try to like explode out of it, like if you like if you're in a situation you're trying to explode out of it, sometimes you get choked and you're like and you make like you involuntarily make that noise, and they thought he was snoring and they stopped the fight. But either way, he didn't tap both times. Okay, someone needs to step up and be that person to try to talk to him about this stuff. I know Conor is going to get pissed at them, but come on, someone's got to step up. Yeah, I mean, thank you for the super chat. I totally agree. Maybe there is someone talking to him, but Samuel, thank you for the super chat. Elon can use his tech to make a robot fight suit. Dude, Elon can use his technology to build a robot to fight for him. That's what they should do, dude. They should do battle bots. Like get AI battle bots, teach them jujitsu, and then see how they do. I mean, I'm sure if you ask around, a lot of people that got their necks jacked up from not tapping. I hurt my arm not tapping 2 weeks ago. Not like exactly. You try to breathe choked and you're snoring. Exactly. It's like I hate that feeling, dude. There's no like I'm completely comfortable with someone on my back. Like I'm as comfortable with someone on my back hooks in as I am in any other position in jiu-jitsu, just because my back defense is really strong. But man, I hate when I get into front headlock position. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. That's the only place that I feel claustrophobic. And if someone sinks in like a pretty good choke that's not all the way in, that's the only place where I find myself trying to explode and snoring. That's also the only place I ever, like in the last year, where I got choked. I got choked by someone that shouldn't have been able to choke me. And it was like a deep darce. Like I was like, I got beat by, that's the only time that I got beat by someone where I was like, this guy should not be able to beat me. It was a long time ago. And it still pisses me off. On this day in MMA, thank you for the super chat. You have best channel. I've been watching this since the beginning and I hope the future is great for you and your family. Great job. Thank you so much, man. I hope that's a great name on this day in MMA. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you very much. Chandler played this wrong. He would have been much better off saying from the start that Conor won't show up instead of playing nice guy. Now he looks like he got played instead of saying, told you so. Honestly, I thought about this right before coming on, where I was like, Chandler is being strategic with Conor because Conor. Okay. So obviously Chandler is a strategist, and you know that because he baited Dustin Poirier into like a beef situation in the crowd, right? Like Chandler got Dustin to get mad and spaz out. The two of them wait, who actually? Maybe that was Dustin that did that actually. But either way, he played into it, right? Either way, they both played into it, right? And so so when it comes to, is he willing to play beef? He is, of course. But with Conor is not. Conor's really fucking smart, dude. Conor is super smart. And Conor knows that the biggest reward that he can give anyone is to allow them to fight him. He knows that. He absolutely knows that. And so if you're too disrespectful, he just won't fight you. Like Conor can literally just point to whoever he wants to fight and fight them, But at the end of the day, like if you're too disrespectful to Conor, all he has to do is just not show and he wins. He wins in life, right? Oh shit, I can't put that up. I'm sorry. Samantha, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to read this and not read the brand because I got in trouble with the brand for that stream. And I'll explain that in a second. So thank you for the super chat. Samantha says, going to shoot your shot on Conor. Everyone expects me to only smash size 2 chicks, but I prefer a real proper 12. Oh man, that's funny, dude. So for those of you guys who weren't here, we did like a competition during a live stream about that girl that Conor, supposedly took in the bathroom and assaulted. And we were talking about how not what you would have expected she was in terms of the size of her body. And so I was incentivizing people to write the funniest joke about, banging a big girl. And I incentivized with free merchandise from one of my sponsors, and people from that had watched the stream reached out to the sponsor and they were like, did you know that he was associating your brand with body shaming? Did you know that? Did you know that he was body shaming people with your brand attached to it? And they reached out to me. They're like, hey, can you take this stream down? We're getting complaints, which probably means they got like 3 complaints. But nonetheless, that's how sorry people are in 2023. Sorry asses. I said it before and I will repeat it again. If I found out one of my kids ever did that, like literally, like they were like, if they got mad at something that a streamer said, and so they reached out to their sponsor to try to get the sponsor to pull their, I swear to God, I would disown them. I'd be like, go sleep at your friend's house until you can come back here and explain what you did in a way that I can process, that I can let you back in the house, because that is the antithesis of how we roll in this family. We don't fucking tattletale. We sure as hell don't ever go after people's money. And if you disagree with someone, figure out a better way than attacking their way of making a living. Anyway, so exactly. Did you see what Jesse on Fire said? He associated your brand with body shaming. And I know someone who committed, he killed himself because of something just like this. No, you don't. Yes, I do. No, you don't. I do. Who was it? It was my friend from middle school. Your friend from middle school clipped himself over body shaming. Yes. What was their name? Kelly. Kelly what? Kelly Watson. Do you have any news articles, any proof that a person named Kelly Watson, who's the same age as you, put themselves down? I'm not going to answer your questions. You are a body shamer. Okay. They always lie, dude. They always fucking lie. Always. Anyway, so let's talk about the fights yesterday. Exactly. Take action or we will be forced to file a civil suit with me and all the other people that don't approve of body shaming. Are you implying that you have friends? Yes, I do. Who? My friends on Twitter. Uh-huh. Yeah, your friends on Twitter are anonymous, just like you. In a lawsuit, you're going to have to expose who you are. Is that a problem for you? What? Yeah, you'll have to put your real name on a lawsuit. Fuck you. So yeah, exactly. I'll tell you exactly what happened though. So a couple people came on while I was doing that and they were like, why is this guy body shaming her? And I just lit them up, dude. Like that's exactly what happened. They were like, why is this guy body shaming her? I was like, oh my God, this guy's, he's body shaming them. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, crybaby. And then I was like, how about this? We're going to do a competition for who can do the funniest joke about that girl. And I'm giving away X. And I guarantee the original person who was like, he's body shaming them, we're all, I'll show him. There's a power dynamic. He's the one with the platform. And I was the one who's trying to protect women. I'm going to reach out to his sponsor. Shut up. Dude, I told you that shit, man. The Benieve is fire. You are very welcome. Look at this, dude. I got one of these. I got another one today from another satisfied customer. Let me edit this. So I don't know if he necessarily wants his name on here. Whoop. But yeah, look at that. It's the bomb. Very important though. If you buy it, the link's in the description. Do not, under any circumstances, start with more than half the stick. If you do that whole stick, it will be too much. For sure, 100%. I told everybody that in advance. A couple of my hard-headed viewers were like, I know he said to start with half, but like, come on. My buddy Shu, he did that and then immediately emailed me a hilarious email about taking, okay, I really should have listened. It's like, dude, you think I would tell you start with half if I wasn't serious? I can't take more than half. See, B. Chumbler knows. He knows too. If you start with 2 sticks, honestly, you will regret that in a way that don't do that. Let me just be in all seriousness. Don't do the whole thing, and definitely don't do 2, dude. It'll rock your universe. 2 sticks, 1 in each hole. Oh man. It's an up. It's legal. Dude, it is it's a supplement. It's Benieve. It's like it's this drink that we sell, Gabrielle and I sell. It's in the description. And it's like it is so strong. It's so clean. It's a clean up. It's actually all the ingredients are WADA approved, which means technically, as long as as long as there's no cross-contamination, technically you would pass a USADA test drinking this. It's not certified by USADA, which means it wouldn't be smart for a UFC fighter to actually drink it until it got certified. But technically all of the ingredients are USADA certified, or USADA approved, which will make no sense to you when you try it. You'll just be like, what? How on earth is this legal? That's exactly how I felt. It's how I feel every single time. It's like a pre-workout, but it's a nootropic. It's a nootropic. Yeah. I have gotten this message many, many times from people. Chumbler, you're a hustler. You should sell this stuff. We should talk about that, dude. You should just sell it. You'd kill. It's not kratom. No. Yeah, it's not legal in Canada. It's only legal in the United States, unfortunately. I don't know, like pre-workout, like I've drank a bunch of I've never once drank a pre-workout that I liked. Never. Not one time. I have never, ever, ever drank a pre-workout and been like, all right, this is good. I'm going to do this every day. I get like jittery. I get anxiety from those. And this is so clean, dude. It's super clean. Super clean. See, it's a perfect example. When like Redline, for some, like that stuff, I know people loved it for that. That stuff made my entire body like itch. You know, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Is Conor done? He doesn't seem to really want it. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, he seems to be partying a lot, and yeah, this is live, JT. Look at that. You said you're comfortable with someone on your back. That's gay, dude. Well, tell us that you don't know how to grapple without telling us you don't know how to grapple. Someone on your back is someone attached to your back, like, I don't know, one of the 100 million people you've seen on someone's back in the UFC. Kenny, thank you for the super chat. Can you guys do half sticks so I don't have to measure? It's not like I don't manufacture it. We're distributors. But honestly, thank you for the super chat. I have considered, like, I'm so confident that a whole stick will rock people's balls into the ground that I still, you went full, no way. Oh, wait, hang on. You went full stick right out of the gate, or did you start with that? Like, okay, I'll say this. I'm convinced that there are a lot of people where if they went full stick, it would be way too much. Like, because it would be for me. It would be too much for me. So, and when you get those full, they're just like the powder stick that you pour in and then you fill it up with water. And so, like, I think most people, when they see those sticks, they just dump the whole thing in and put water in. Like, I've never done less than the whole stick of anything else. So I think to myself, I'm like, man, we're really, we're relying on the fact that whoever, turns them on to the product does a good job of explaining, like, hey man, make sure you start with half, just because it's going to fucking kick people in the dick if they don't, Now that's true. That's true. Full stick, comfortable on the back. That does sound gay. 100%. I think Chandler will end up fighting the winner of Justin and Dustin, number one contender fight. Daniel, he's already fought both of them. You know, he's already fought both of them and lost. I think that if they got word from Conor that he is not going to fight, then I think Chandler versus Dariush makes sense. Obviously, you know, but like, you know, or you could do Chandler against Fiziev. I mean, there's so much talent at 55, but like, I don't know, man. He can't do that, dude. He can't do that until he knows whether or not Conor's going to fight. That's why it's so fucked up that Conor's not committing, you know? Whoops. Oh, wait. Sorry. Hang on. Jake Weaver, thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you. I will continue to post and No, I posted the picture of the one I won in the Austin Open that I won. I won at Waco and never said a single thing about it because I had no opponents. It's easy to look up, dude. I won the IBJJF Austin Open by beating opponents. Waco, people didn't show up. I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed. Because for the Waco one, I fought at I signed up at medium heavy, where my max weight was I think 190 is 195 in a gi. Yeah, 190. Yeah. So my max weight was 195 in a gi for Waco. My professor was like, dude, just fight a heavyweight. He's like, you don't cut weight. Cause I weighed 190. I weighed 197 without a gi. So I had to cut like, you know, I don't know. I had to cut like 6-7 pounds. Right. And he's like, don't, dude. He's like, just fight at heavyweight. And I was like, nah, man, it's my first tournament. I'd rather fight against, you know, like I'd rather fight at medium heavy. So I fucking cut 7 pounds, which I know that doesn't sound like a big fucking weight cut compared to what you hear these guys do, but it's not like, it's not a complete pain in the balls. You know, I had a sweatsuit. I fucking ate nothing but white vegetables the whole week. And I made weight. And then I had 2 opponents and fucking neither of them showed up. I was so pissed, dude. And then at heavyweight, and then I fought Austin at heavyweight and I won. NKS Topuria versus Max. I got all 3 of the top 3 beating him. Beating who? Topuria? I mean, maybe. We'll see. Dude, I'm 5'5" or 5'10". 5'10". Yeah, I didn't brag about winning by intimidation. What I said was it's fucking weird that neither people showed up. And so my guess is that they Googled my name, figured out that this was my channel, watched it, and they were like, fuck, you know, do I really want to go fucking fight that guy? Because why else would both of my fucking opponents no show? I hope someone has Narcan in case Conor OGs. I don't think he's doing that kind, dude. I don't think he's doing that kind. Would be my guess. What else we got? I have no idea where the idea that I'm 5 whatever came from. I've said 1,000 times I'm 5'10". It's easy to verify. I have 1,000. There's literally like 1,000 pictures of me standing next to people that are easy to fucking figure out. It's like, you know, as an example, there's me with Sean G. Ribeiro when I won Austin. Look up how tall he is. And then you can know. Nogi Pans in September. I might, dude. I fucking missed registration for the Austin Open, dude. I don't know how I missed it, dude. Like, I didn't know. And they were like, Jesse, you signed up for the Austin Open? And I looked. I'm like, oh shit, no. And I looked it up and registration's closed. It's because I was so stressed out about I was so stressed out because I knew that I probably was gonna have to like move from Victor's gym to Shanji's gym. Like, so there are two Six Blades locations in my area. One is Lake Travis with Victor Hugo, Steve Hargett. The other one is with Shanji at in Cedar Park. And I've been going to the Lake Travis one for the last, since they opened. And I was gonna have to renew, and but my daughter's moving to 6th grade, so she gets out an hour later. The Lake Travis location is literally sometime like in the afternoon on the weekdays. I train basically every afternoon, and in the afternoon sometimes it takes like an hour and 10 minutes to get there, and it just logistically was going to be impossible. And I'm like, fuck, man, like. I don't know. Like, I was overwhelmed. Like, I was trying to figure out a way that I could stay at Lake Travis just because, I've been like Victor's. I mean, it's like half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. It's like, it's Shanji Ribeiro who, it's like I'm on one of the best teams in the world either, or on the, one of the best gyms in the world either way with the exact same system. But I don't know, man. I was stressing out about it. But now I've talked to them about it, and I'm moving to Shanji's gym because it's half the distance from my house. So it's just logistics. There's nothing I can do about it. But anyway, I think that's why I missed. Like, I just wasn't even paying attention to the tournaments because I was stressing out about having to switch gyms. That's right, dude. 5'1", 987 pounds. Boom. Scuba Doo, what's up, dog? Jesse only body shames because he himself is a victim. Unique shame. Break the cycle. Tell the grenade she's beautiful. She is beautiful. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, exactly. I was a victim myself, dude. Jesse, you're so short. No, I'm not. I'm exactly average. Are you though? What's average? 5'9.5". Well, so are you average? I don't know. 5'9.5", 5'10" sounds about average. Yeah, but we heard you're not 5'9.5". It's a lie. You little short ass bitch. I'm not that short. I was with my buddy. Hang on. I don't know why I engage in this conversation every fucking time, but I just do because it's like so ridiculous, dude. I'm not 5'5". Fucking 5'10". Anyway, okay, so thank you for the super chat, NKS. Would you pay for fuck yes. Pay for Musk versus Zuck. I would not respect, but unless the card is sick, packed with titles, number one contender, hell, and it will be. 100%, dude. 100% it would be. And regardless, it's gonna be awesome. It is gonna be awesome. Wait, what just happened right here? Why is this doing? I'm so confused. Oh. What the fuck? I'm having technical difficulties. My reach, I have no idea. Emmett was robbed. Dude, how sick was that fight? That fight was so sick, dude. That was so fun, dude. I was like, I spent the first few rounds just marveling at Ilia Topuria's boxing and how good he is. And then in the 5th round, if Josh Emmett would have figured out a way to win that fight, if he would have knocked out Ilya, I would have literally thrown a computer through my television. I would have been so fired up, dude. It was so sick, dude. That was so sick. When they, like, in between the fourth and fifth, after he got smashed in the fourth round, and the doctors came up and they were like, can you see how you want? And they're like, do you want to fight? And he's all, yeah, man. Just like, he's like, are you joking? Of course I want to fight. And then he's like, let's go. Josh Emmett is a fucking savage, dude. I came out of that fight both incredibly confident in Ilya Topuria. I mean, it's going to be, I want to see him fight Max Holloway. Give me that fight. Max Holloway against Calvin Kattar landed 434 significant strikes and then was like, I'm the best boxer in the UFC. Give me that fucking fight, dude. Give me that fight. And then, you know, it's like, and then if he fights Volk, that would be super awesome. And Yair, I mean, we'll see how it goes with Yair, obviously. We'll see. Anybody who does not follow my Instagram definitely should. My length and I don't know anybody who actually measures girth. But that's what I'm working with. 5'10", son of Diesel. Dude, Ilya made, yeah. Anybody who watched that fight and is not like, wow, that guy is a real contender is out of their mind. And anybody who wasn't rooting for Josh Emmett in that fifth round is out of their mind, dude. That was so sick. And Ilya, dude, I think I don't really know what shot he hurt him with, but it looked like he hurt Ilya early in that fifth round. You know, you could see he took a big step back, man. You could see he took a big step back. I fight at heavyweight. I mean, but heavyweight in IBJJF is a max of 207 pounds in a gi, which is really kind of on the edge for me. It's like, I'm more like if I don't do any cutting weight at all, I'm more like, you know, and I've been training really well and I've been eating well. I'm probably like 202 in a gi or 201 in a gi. So I'm middled, you know, I'm right in the middle because I definitely 100% will have to cut weight if I want to fight at medium heavy, which is a max of 195. And cutting weight really sucks. And I'm not even sure if there's that big of a difference, you know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this live will stay up for sure. The only I just take down lives that are like fight companions because afterwards no one ever clicks on them, and so they fuck you with the algorithm. You know a guy in your city who's a doppelganger? Dude, he must be a fucking badass, man. I like him. Thank you for the super chat, Jay. Did Dana avoid the event to not get McGregor questions from the media? Does the Chandler fight even happen? What about Jones and Stipe? Love the content. Thank you for the super chat. So, answer. I have a much longer answer to Jones and Stipe, believe it or not. Okay, so no, I'm sure that Dana didn't avoid the event because of questions about Conor. He never avoids questions about anything, you know. Does the Chandler fight even happen? Honestly, I don't. If I had to bet right now, like if I was forced to bet right now, does the Conor and Chandler fight happen? I would, fuck, man. I'm 50-50, you know. I bet most people are thinking no, but I can't imagine Conor not fighting again. And I think it's like when Conor wants to come back, he'll fight Chandler as long as Chandler's around, you know. But I mean, it is totally possible that like next week they could just announce like, okay, it's on, you know, it's on. But I think the reason why they're not is because Conor knows as soon as they announce the fight, he's going to have to start getting tested, and he's raging. Like, he's partying right now. I don't think he's, I mean, I have no idea what his status is with like whatever he was taking to fix his leg, but very clearly in the Miami, video, he doesn't want to start getting tested. He's partying. So I don't know, man. Now on the Stipe and Jones fight, that is different. So actually it's not different. It's actually not different at all. So I know for a 100% fact that Stipe has already signed for that fight. But as far as I know, I don't know for sure what John Jones's status is for the fight. But the last I heard, which was not, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, they were trying to chase John around to get him to sign the bout agreement, and he is running around. And honestly, my read on John at that PFL event is I think John's partying too. Not like Conor. I'm not saying he's on Yayo or anything, but if I had to guess, I would guess that John had some drinks that night. I don't know. I'm not making any whatever, but he looked like he was partying. Again, as long as he's not throwing things at people or getting arrested, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. But like, yeah. I've heard two things about John recently. I've heard that he is training all the time, and I also heard he's partying. So I don't know, but I do know for 100% sure that Stipe has signed the bout agreement. That I know for sure. But John, at least as of 2-3 weeks ago, had not, and they were chasing him around trying to get him to sign. So like the whole thing about like, oh, maybe they're going to do Sergey versus John. That's not true. If the next time John fights, he's fighting Stipe, unless the UFC fucks Stipe, which probably would nullify his entire contract. And then also, or if John Jones just like won't sign, and I don't know. What else we got? JT, thank you very much. Thank you for hanging out, dude. And McGregor is a douche. Everyone move on. I mean, it is really unfortunate what is going on with Conor and Chandler right now, especially given the fact that they have the Ultimate Fighter on. Now, is the Ultimate Fighter doing good numbers? No, but that 100% is not Conor's fault. It's just not like the Ultimate Fighter is not doing fantastic numbers because the Ultimate Fighter is stale. That's it, right? Like if Conor McGregor fights, it will be an enormous event. Enormous. If they went around and they did like a press tour, so not necessarily as big as McGregor and Mayweather, but if they went around and did a press tour, that would get tremendous attention. If they did it like in a few cities, it would sell out every time, and the fight itself will do bananas numbers. So the lack of viewership on Ultimate Fighter is zero. And you want to know why, honestly? You want to know the other reason why it's not doing well is because they didn't schedule the fight before Ultimate Fighter. So no one even knows whether or not the fight's actually going to happen. If they had done Ultimate Fighter and they had Conor tied down to a specific date that they were going to fight, I think that this thing would do better numbers. But everybody's like, dude, we have no idea if he's going to fight. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He says X, Y, Z, and then it doesn't happen. It's like Conor's not Conor's going to fight this guy on this. It's just not, you can't bank on it anymore. If everyone knew for 100% sure when that fight was happening, the Ultimate Fighter would be doing better numbers. I would bet my life on that. Conor always has a trick up his sleeve. I don't think this time, dude. I think this time he is just partying and he doesn't want to start getting tested. Is my guess. I don't know, But it's like this is not accurate. Everyone would know about that if that was true. Literally every single person would know about this if it was true. Because believe me, I would have done a video about it if that was the case. They did it like they did like a photo shoot. They did like a photo shoot in New York last week. Yeah, I mean, that's just 100% inaccurate. Look at boop. This is from today. Jesus. This is literally from today. The ever faithful fiance, Conor McGregor, said how Dee Devlin has stood by her man through a series of sex assault claims, standing firm. The UFC, dude, are they serious? Are they seriously still talking about this like this is real? New rape shit. Like, you have to be kidding me, dude. There's not 1 ounce of that story that is even moderately credible, dude. Now I want to look at this because this is such bullshit. In a series of intimate Father's Day set, pregnant 35-year-old partner beams at her young children, blah, blah, blah. Later, while posing on the balcony of a 4,600-pound a night hotel, seems relaxed as McGregor gets down on his knees to kiss her tummy. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Conor spends a lot of money, dude. He spends a lot, dude. That shit adds up, dude. 10, you know what I mean? 10,000. I mean, that's whatever. I don't know what the exact, so $7,000 a night. And he goes, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much money he has coming in or how much money he has banked, but dude, that shit always makes me nervous because there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than seeing someone who has all the money in the world end up not having money later. I hate that, dude. I really, really hate that. I feel like some people like root for that. You know, when like someone who is rich files bankruptcy, they're like, "Oh my God, did you see that guy went bankrupt?" Like that shit makes my stomach turn in knots. Where it's like, "Fuck, dude." You know, you could have lived the most charmed, like just a little bit of like self-control, like just a little bit. But again, I have no idea how much money he has coming. He could have sold Proper 12 for $200 million and then also now has $25 million a year coming in just from Proper 12. So, you know, you can spend a lot of money if that's the case. But let's see. Nobody would have believed that just days earlier, the family had been rocked by a scandalous accusation that McGregor had allegedly raped a woman in the toilet at the NBA Finals. Such absolute bullshit. I do not. I mean, now that story actually pisses me off when people even give it the slightest bit of credibility. It's not true. It's complete fucking bullshit. That is precisely the turmoil bubbling away behind the scenes. Dude, just put a picture up of the girl who's his accuser. You know? Yeah, fucking right. They deny it, and it's a shakedown. Conor was in there doing yayo. That is what he was doing. He's like going like this afterwards in the second video after. That is for sure what he was doing. In his show, jetted out to the Big Apple to be next to his side. She is perhaps an old hand at dealing with such controversies. It is not the first scandal that has reared its ugly head during their relationship. Throughout their 15 years together since McGregor met her at the nightclub, there have been multiple allegations of sexual assault against the Notorious, twice in 2019 in the Irishman's homeland, once in 2020 in Corsica, France, and another time in 2021 when he was involved for a 2018 incident. This one in France, as far as I remember, was like someone said that he just pulled his dick out in the bathroom or something. He's accused of attacking a woman on the yacht in Spain. That one, you know. Pictures show them together. Accuser says this is, oh my God, dude. Forced her to perform oral sex on him and attempted to, it's just a lie, dude. I don't believe it. Dude, D looks great right there, man. That's a fucking sick ass dress. That's a fire outfit for both of them, dude. Both of them look fucking that right there is top-notch style. Anyway. Oops. Okay. How on earth would you be the only one who knows? I'm platforming you because you're my guy and you're in all my streams, Snafu. But like, come on, dude. How would you possibly know that and no one else knows? Dude, Conor's sister is super hot, man. Let's look her up, actually. She is really, really good looking, dude. Hold on. Good God. Oh my God, dude. Hold on. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me click on one of these so you can see. Look at his sister, dude. Jesus, man. That is ridiculous. Man. Killing it. Zerg, enjoy, good sir. Enjoy. I think he might have two sisters even because like when I searched, there's Aaron McGregor and whoa. Okay, so check it out. This is one of them. This is one of them. And then this is the other. Yeah, they're both hot, dude. Anyway, I'm pissed that Conor is holding Chandler hostage, you know. All right, I got to rock and roll. I'm going to take my kids to a movie. Oh, after I'll talk about this. Yeah, the Macy Barber fight was a phenomenal fight. Both girls had broken noses. I've never seen that before. I honestly was thinking about, I'm like, I've never seen that I could think of two fighters who both got their noses smashed in the same fight, which is crazy to think about, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, at least I don't remember ever seeing that before. And then the other thing too about that was in those grappling exchanges, you could see that if those two squared off in ADCC, Amanda Ribas would fuck Macy Barber up easily. But in MMA, like grappling in MMA versus grappling in just pure grappling is very different, dude. It's a perfect example of like why you can punch people in the face. You know, if you couldn't punch Amanda Ribas in the face, she probably would have leg locked Macy Barber in the first round, and instead she ended up getting punched 100 times. You know, but yeah, Macy Barber came back strong. She said all the right things on the microphone. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Ooh, who's hotter, Amanda Ribas or Mackenzie Dern? Let's see. Let's have a look-see. I'm going to say Mackenzie. I'm going to go Dern. Yeah. All right. I got to run. Love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out. Peace.